Grandma Techno, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Time is something I have a lot of right now. I think we all do. A lot of time. Anyway, I'm honored. Thank you so much.
For anybody who doesn't know who you are, and if you don't, you're in for a treat. Can you please tell us who is Grandma Techno?
It was my third Movement Detroit festival, and I'm disabled. I'm in a mobility scooter. If I wanted to go to another stage, I had to go through this huge crowd. I didn't know how to get through. There was a security guard beside me, and I said, "Can you help me get through this crowd?" And so he ahead of me and started doing his hands like this and, let her through, let her through, let her through. From the back of this really large tent filled with people came this loud young man's voice that said, "Let her through, it's fucking Grandma Techno." And I'd never been called that before, but all of a sudden everybody starts going, "Grandma Techno, Grandma Techno." That was how I got the name.
How many movements have you been to, and what's it going to be like to miss movement this year?
Yeah, 2019 was my 15th in a row. So I started going when I was 60s. I'm now almost 78. So I was always the oldest person there, always. There's one thing I'm really grateful for, and that is that in 2019, a book was published of like 150 of the photos I've taken at the festival. So really, if I want to relive it and feel like I'm in the middle of it again, all I have to do is go to my book and open up my book and look at all the pictures.
Let's talk about your book. They Call Me Grandma Techno. What is the concept and who are they? What does the title mean?
They is all of the kids. I call everybody kids. They can be in their 50s and 60s, but the people who have been at the festival, they were the ones who named me Grandma Techno, and they're the ones who call me Grandma Techno. So this book, to my way of thinking, is not about me. I'm generally right in the middle of the action, and I'm in the scooter, so I have an interesting perspective that's different from other people's. It's generally looking up into things. My idea was even the people who have never been to a festival, and maybe the parents of people who go to these festivals, who don't like the music, who hate the thump that comes out of the car and out of their bedrooms or whatever. Maybe if they looked book, they would feel like they were in the middle of it, and they would pick up on the PLUR, the peace, love, unity, and respect that's there. There's a very special vibe that happens. And my whole hope and intention was mainly not so much to celebrate my photographs as to celebrate that vibe. Everybody could be part of this, whether you ever go to it or not. Everybody, my husband, who's now 90 and certainly has never wanted to go to a festival, he loves that book. And I see him every so often just picking it up to kind of spend his time with it. So that's part of it.
Totally. With everything that's going on with COVID and stuff, do you think that you'll be going to any movements in the future?
At my age, and I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 1988. I'm high risk. So already, even if they were going to have it, I knew I was not going to be able to go. It's hard for me to imagine feeling comfortable again in crowds. I love everybody and everybody loves me. And so literally every year I get thousands of hugs and kisses and give thousands of hugs and kisses. So again, we don't know what the future is going to bring. So I'm not going to say that this is the official forever. We'll see. The reality is we will never be separate. I mean, I don't care if I can't, I do care if I can't go, but even if I can't be there physically, if you ever go to Movement Detroit, just look, because you'll see my scooter kind of out of the corner of your eye, scooting off to another stage, because I'll always be there. I still will scoot down my streets in my neighborhood, and sometimes people fall out their car windows saying, "Hi, Grandma Techno."
Grandma Techno, can you explain the word PLUR and how can we keep it going while we're in quarantine?
I've been thinking a lot about that, and in fact, I found my PLUR candy necklace.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
So PLUR is, P is peace, L is love, U is unity, And R is respect. It's an internal thing, and it's a way of being in the world, so that even if I'm by myself, if the PLUR can still be there, and maybe I will be using a PLUR to myself. A lot of us are hard on ourselves, you know? Think of the peace, the love, the unity, and respect for myself. I feel as though that's how we can connect. If we remember peace, love, unity, and respect, it's hard not to get kind of irritable and a little bit not nice, you know, when you're with each other all the time. And I'm sure some of the young people who have had to go back home to live with their parents, it can be rough. But I think if we think PLUR, each one of those, that we'll know, and just the unity, especially for me, is that we're never alone. We're such an important community for one another, and always will be, always.
When we spoke last year, you talked about the healing power of music and DJs being healers. What do you mean by that? And like, how can people sort of take that into their lives?
You know how when you feel that beat, you're not feeling it in your head, or you're not thinking about it. I mean, it's deep. It's just in your belly someplace. I mean, it's a really deep thing, that beat. And I think that's why I fell in love with electronic music immediately. It was the beat that got to me. And I just feel as though that is the healing place. That's where our wounds live, but that's where they can be healed. For instance, I'm finding during these tough times that if I put on my earphones and I just let myself give over to the music, then it does heal me. This last festival, there was a particular moment, and it was with Anna, the DJ Anna, and I'd never heard her before. Oh my God. It touched me so deeply that was when I came up with the idea that she, and not every DJ, but the ones where it comes from their innermost place, and you know it when that's coming from that place. When it comes from their innermost place, they're like shamans. It's a mystical thing. And I think even if we're at home by ourselves, we can still go there. Especially if you headphones, you can still go there.
That's an insight that I think a lot of people have about music that maybe they haven't verbalized before, or maybe they don't remember it sometimes when they're feeling upset.
Yeah.
Grandma Techno, thank you so much for your time. Do you have any last thoughts for the party people out there?
I just would say, especially now, live your life to the full, every minute, so that you won't have any regrets. Just do it, because you don't want to look back and say, gee, I wish I'd done X, Y, or Z. You don't want to look back that way. You want to look back and say, I am so grateful that I did everything I did. So even if I can't do movement again, we'll see. But even if I can't, I'm so grateful that I did the 15 wonderful years that I did. Oh my God, such a gift.
What a gift that you've given us with your book and with your presence and your work as well.
Thank you, Chad. You've given me a gift because you have brought it all back so vividly to me. So I feel like really by being with you like this, because we were together at this year's festival, I feel as though this has brought me to the festival again. So thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. And the same for me. And thank you on behalf of all the party people watching. We're gonna love it.
I send love to everyone. You're all my grandchildren. Even if you don't know me, you are my grandchild, and I love you.
Ah, that's so nice. Oh, thank you, Grandma Techno. See ya.
Bye. Bye.